Guys, and today on Game Boys we're going to be talking about one of life's greatest mysteries, and that is how much muscle and strength you will lose when you stop lifting. I have to take the glasses off because of the glare from the lighting, but let's get into this. So this video is going to be broken into 3 different parts. The first part is going to be injuries and like why else you would not do lifting for a while or exercise because you have to take a break. Second part is going to be the science behind it and what happens when you train and what happens when you don't train. And the third part is going to be how much muscle and strength you actually do lose when the rest period's over. Okay, so let's talk about injuries. So that's one of the #1 reasons why people stop training. Injuries are hard to prevent. You don't always see them coming, or surgery, something like that. So in my case, I had to get a hernia repair surgery on Friday. So it's now Monday of the next week, and I feel. So for people that don't know what a hernia is, it's pretty much your intestines coming out of your body, but not actually. So your intestines break through a wall in your muscle, and it'll pop out like on areas of your body. So I had inguinal hernias, so that means down by your pubic bone. That's kind of weird. It was popping out there. So that can happen from lifting, or it could be just hereditary. It just depends. But I've had mine for a while, and I wouldn't recommend waiting to get surgery, because although they're not extremely dangerous, they could be, and they could suffocate your intestines, which could kill you. So, and the thing is with this, I can't lift for about 2 to 3 weeks. I got a laparoscopic surgery, so that's faster recovery time, but it's still like 2 to 3 weeks. And I haven't lifted for 3 weeks before that, so I've taken about a month and a half off. The only exercise I've actually done was in our last video, which was the challenge video, and that was just pull-ups and push-ups, so it wasn't really like anything intense, but yeah, and throughout this like 3 weeks I haven't been training. I've actually stayed like pretty much the exact same weight. It's kind of weird. I don't know if my scale's broken, but I've been like 142.8 or around 142. It's weird. But yeah, that's the thing that sucks with injuries. You don't always see them coming, or surgeries, so you can't prepare for it, obviously. But it really just depends how long it is. My recovery time should be about 2 to 3 weeks till I can start light lifting. So getting back into actually sort of lifting. But besides injuries, people might also have just family problems or personal problems of their own. They just don't want to lift, or they just don't have the time. Maybe they're going on vacation. Maybe they have some for a job. They just can't get to lifting. So now let's get into the science about it. Yeah, so during training, your body actually produces enzymes that help build muscle and make them stronger. But of course, when you stop lifting or training, your body no longer produces those muscle building enzymes. So you really can't build any muscle when you're not training. That's kind of obvious. Pretty much everyone knows that. But even though your body's not producing these, you can still do a few things to slow down the loss of your muscle and strength gains. So a few factors that can actually affect how much muscle and strength that you lose, being how long you've actually been lifting. So let's say you're new to lifting, you've been lifting for like 2 months, and you have to take a month break. You're probably going to lose all your strength and most of your muscle, because you're new to lifting. Your body's doesn't have a lot of muscle that's not packed on, doesn't have a lot of strength, it's not used to it, so you'll lose that quicker. Then an experienced lifter, if you've been lifting for like 5 years and you had to take like a month break off, you probably won't lose much. You'll probably lose like 2% strength, probably won't lose any muscle, or if you do, it'll be a very minimal amount. And another factor is your eating. So usually when people, they get surgery or they're injured and they don't train, they don't think that they have to eat good still, or eat a lot of protein because they're not building any muscle, so what's the point? But that's not right, and that's actually what I'm doing. So I've been eating a bunch of crappy food. I don't know why. I don't listen to these tips. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so if you're still eating good, that'll slow it down, obviously. If you're eating a ton of protein, I would eat in a calorie surplus. Don't eat a deficit, or you're obviously gonna lose, because that's how you lose fat, lose weight. You're gonna lose a lot of your muscle. Get a pretty good diet. Don't eat a bunch of crappy food, like I said. So high protein, high carb, yeah. Just think about, if you eat crappy, you're gonna be crappy. So now let's get into the how much you'll actually lose. This is the scary part, right? So after about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll actually lose 5 to 10% of your strength, but you'll actually keep most of your muscle mass. After about 1 to 3 weeks, you'll just feel flat, smaller, weaker, obviously, because you're not lifting. You actually won't be as weak as you think you are when you get back into the gym. But around 3 to 6 weeks, you're actually gonna start to lose muscle. Anything past 6 weeks, you're gonna be losing a lot of muscle mass. You've been lifting for about 1 to 2 years like me, you're gonna be losing a lot. So it's not something to really stress about, because you can gain it back, obviously, which is what we're about to talk about. But just don't be afraid that you're gonna lose all your gains and you're gonna be super duper weak and like a stick when you get back into the gym. So now I bet you're wondering how quick you'll actually gain it back when you get back into training. And the good news is it'll actually take less time rebuilding muscle you've already made than it was to make it in the first place. Something you just gotta stick to is just don't eat crappy when you're resting. Just eat like you normally would, and you'll retain more of your muscle. Because if you eat like bad when you're not training, you're gonna gain fat and you're gonna lose your muscle faster. But yeah guys, that's all for the video today. I hope that helped. You guys learn more about surgery and losing muscle or any kind of break. Please leave a like and subscribe and comment for any more video suggestions like this. Yeah, thanks for all the support recently, and see you guys later.